Have you ever opened your laptop to do something important and somehow ended up watching random videos for an hour? Yeah, me too. I used to procrastinate for hours. Not because I was lazy, not because I didn't care, but because starting felt harder than doing. Then I learned one simple trick that completely changed how I approach work. It's called the 5-minute rule. And in this video, I'll show you exactly how I used it, what happened when I tested it for a week, and why it works even when motivation doesn't. Let's get into it. A few months ago, I had a growing list of things I needed to do: work projects, emails, learning new skills, even simple things like cleaning my room. Every morning I'd tell myself, today I'll finally get everything done. But then I'd look at the task, feel overwhelmed, and decide to do it later. Sound familiar? The weird thing is, procrastination rarely feels like a conscious decision. You don't wake up and say, today I'm going to waste 3 hours. It just happens. Yeah, one notification, one quick video, one scroll through social media, and suddenly the day is gone. But here's a question, Ashura. What if the problem isn't the work itself? What if the problem is simply getting started? That's where the experiment began. The 5-minute rule is surprisingly simple. You don't commit to finishing the task. You only commit to doing it for 5 minutes. That's it. If you want to stop after 5 minutes, you're allowed to. No guilt, no pressure, no promises. So I decided to test it. Every time I caught myself avoiding something, I made a deal with myself. Just do 5 minutes. Need to write a report? 5 minutes. Need to study? 5 minutes. Need to organize files? 5 minutes. At first it felt ridiculous. How much can you really accomplish in 5 minutes? But here's where it got interesting. Once I started, I usually didn't stop. The hardest part wasn't the work. The hardest part was crossing the starting line. Think about it. When you're standing outside a cold swimming pool, jumping in feels terrible. But once you're inside, your body adapts. Work is often the same. The resistance exists before you begin, not after. And that's exactly what the 5-minute rule attacks. After 1 week, I looked at the results. I used the rule on 27 different tasks. Out of those 27 tasks, I continued working beyond 5 minutes on 23 of them. That's over 85%. Some sessions lasted 20 minutes, some lasted an hour, a few lasted even longer. But the most surprising result wasn't productivity, it was stress. Because I stopped carrying unfinished tasks around in my head all day, the moment I started something, the anxiety dropped. Have you noticed that? Sometimes the anticipation feels worse than the actual work. Now, was the experiment perfect? No. There were days when I still procrastinated. There were tasks I genuinely didn't want to do, and sometimes I did stop after 5 minutes. But that's okay. The goal isn't perfection. The goal is momentum. If I could do this again, I'd make one small change. I'd combine the 5-minute rule with removing distractions. Phone away, notifications off, browser tabs closed. Because once you start, protecting your focus becomes much easier. The biggest lesson? Don't ask yourself, how do I finish this? Ask yourself, can I do 5 minutes? Most of the time, that's enough. So here's my question for you. What's the one task you've been putting off recently? Leave it in the comments. And after this video ends, give it just 5 minutes. That's all. You might be surprised where those 5 minutes lead. Subscribe for more growth experiments every week under 5 minutes.